Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Worldwide History of History. This documentary is about Santa Claus. So, if you still believe in Santa Claus, then don't watch this video because we are going to tell the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Let's begin. The Worldwide History of History presents Santa Claus, the man, the myth, the legend. Part 1. Origins. Do you believe in Santa Claus? Well, chances are that you probably do or probably don't. But what if I said both of you were correct, but also wrong? Well, this may shock you, because Santa Claus actually was a real person. But the modern adaptation, when we think of Santa Claus, the flying reindeer, the sleigh, the elves, well, that's not true. You see, Santa Claus was actually based off a bishop, which is a member of the Christian clergy who is in charge of a diocese or district named St. Nicholas of Myra. St. Nicholas lived in the 4th century, and just like Santa Claus, gave gifts to children. Very little is actually known about St. Nicholas's life, so what we do know is actually very scarce. The Dutch had based a character off of St. Nicholas called Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas is basically the Dutch version of Santa Claus. Interesting fact, Sinterklaas has an assistant named Zwart Piet, which translates to Black Pete, who is obviously black. It is common for Dutch people to dress as Zwart Piet, which now became, controversial because the people who dress up as Zwart Piet dress in blackface, which is nowadays very racist. The arrow points to Zwart Piet. Old pictures of Sinterklaas. Feel free to look at these amazing photographs, prints, and other types of pictures. How did Santa come to America? Well, the Dutch are commonly attributed with bringing the story of Sinterklaas to New York, which at the time was known as New Amsterdam, along with bringing the concept of giving candy and presents to children. How did Santa get his look? Well, the modern looks of Santa Claus came from cartoons by the famous cartoonist from the 19th century, Thomas Nast. Nast depicted Santa as a fat man with a beard who wore fur-trimmed clothes. Santa's reindeer, sleigh, and many other things related to Santa were first described in a poem called A Visit from St. Nicholas, which is more well known as "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." The poem first appeared in the Troy Sentinel in 1823. It is believed to have been written by Clement Clarke Moore, and since has become a very popular story to tell during Christmas time. Part 2. Cultural Impact. In the 1930s, Santa Claus was depicted by Haddon Sundblom for a series of Coca-Cola advertisements. These iconic pictures were affectionately known as the Coca-Cola Santa advertisements, and have since been used to this day in several other Coca-Cola advertising materials. In 1947, the Christmas classic A Miracle on 34th Street was released. The film featured a young Natalie Wood, along with Maureen O'Hara, John Payne, and Edmund Gwenn as Santa. It's about a girl whose mom taught her not to believe in Santa until she meets the real Santa, and eventually, in the end of the story, after, a bunch of psychological tests and a lawsuit to prove whether Santa was real or not, it is proven that Santa is real. These are some of the performers, some of the actors that were featured in the film: Natalie Wood, Maureen O'Hara, John Payne, and Edmund Gwenn as Santa Claus. Santa around the world. It shouldn't be surprising that such a universally recognized character, well, will appear in several different cultures. In Russia, there's a, in Russia, the version of Santa Claus is called Dead Moroz. Belfana is from Italy. The Dutch version of Santa Claus is Sinterklaas. And if I mispronounce some of these, then I'm sorry. Jol Jalupuki is from Finland. In Iceland, they believe in the Yule Lads. In Iran, Amu Nowruz is the version of Santa Claus they believe in. Nicey is from Northern Europe. Krampus, that very creepy version of Santa Claus, is, well, from Germany. Mikulas, which kind of sounds like Nicholas, is from the Central European region, along with Christkind. Orle- Orlenzo, Orlenciro is from the Basque country. Old pictures of Santa. Feel free to, just like the Santa Claus pictures, pause and admire these amazing pictures of Santa Claus throughout the throughout the ages. Works cited. Also feel free to pause this to see where I got my information. And images courtesy: Wikipedia, Flickr, and Pixabay. The end. Happy Christmas, and, well, also Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year!